Okay, folks, here we are on our next stop along the route of the great locomotive chase that happened April 12th, 1862. We're at the next town that the train passed through. Actually, there's a story behind that. The next town on the line was Cassville. And you can see I'm standing in front of one of the last remaining buildings of the original Cassville. They've turned it into a Cassville Museum. Of course, everybody's closed right now, so you can't get in to see anything. But the train came through Cassville, and the thing about Cassville is, unlike some of the other towns that we've gone through and we'll go through yet today, their railroad depot was not in downtown, and so consequently, Cassville did not benefit from a booming train business in their downtown area, and then eventually their downtown just went away. In fact, this is just one of the remaining buildings. And right across the street here is a marker that talks about. Actually, I'm going to go across there and see exactly what that says. But that's one of the last things here in Cassville. Well, what happened in Cassville? Well, by the time Andrew and his raiders got here to Cassville, they had, like I said at the last stop in Cartersville, they had been cutting the telegraph line. So still nobody north of them knew what was going on. So they couldn't warn anybody that a commandeered Confederate train was coming through with Union spies on it. So when they got to Cassville, they had to stop, and I got a bee flying around me here. They had to stop in Cassville. I don't know if they had to take on wood or water or what, like they did at a lot of the stations. But interesting story about the Cassville stop is they got here, and one of the station master, I think they called him, was questioning Andrews about what was he doing? Why didn't he have any passenger cars? Because by then they had cut all those loose. And so Andrews, being a spy, smooth talker, was able to not only convince the station master that he was taking munitions up to General Beauregard. He actually convinced the station master to give him a current schedule of the Western and Atlantic Railroad schedule between here and can you believe all the traffic out here on a middle of the week, social distancing, and a little town called Cassville that probably has 8 people in it, and I've got all this traffic. But anyway, so not only did he convince him that he was a munitions car heading north to resupply General Beauregard, he convinced the station master to give him a current rail schedule. So the station master did, and then later on, when Fuller arrived on the Yonah, again, Fuller told the station master, "Hey, that was the general. It was stolen by spies," and the guy said something like, "Man, he sure was a smooth talker. I would have thought, what did he say? I would have thought he was Jefferson Davis himself," or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to have to read the book. But very interesting occurrence that happened right here in Cassville. And then the next stop, where I think we'll actually have a depot, is Kingston. Not too far up the road, just a few miles. And we'll be able to show you some more stuff in Kingston. I'm going to go across the road here and see if I can figure out what the marker says here. I'll turn the camera around. Site of Cassville, named for Lewis Cass, the county seat for Cass County from 1832 to 1861. First decision, Supreme Court of Georgia, 1846. Name changed to Manassas, 61. Town burned by Sherman in 1864, never rebuilt. So, like most of the stops we're going to make today, 3 years after this chase, Sherman and the Union soldiers on their way to Atlanta burned just about everything. We saw that this morning in Big Shanty. We saw it in Marietta. We saw it in Etowah, and certainly the case for Cassville, which really doesn't exist anymore. There's another marker over here that talks about the town of Cassville, founded in 1776, and met its demise just less than 100 years later. So there you go. There you look across the street there. There's the Cassville Historical Society, so the Cassville Museum, and maybe we'll come back sometime. I can't think of any other reason to come to Cassville, Georgia, but maybe it'd be cool to see what they have in the museum there. So we're on to our next stop. We're going from Cassville to Kingston, and I believe it's true that there's still a depot in Kingston, and we're going to go check it out.